Hey everybody, I just want to get in touch with you. We're going to kind of get into a new mode here with our power systems class. I know up to this point you guys have been grunting out this uh, book, the electric power system basics, and taking care of those chapters. And we're through the first seven chapters. And one thing you're going to do in this class is you're going to read a book. So you'll look back at the end of this and say, hey, did you read any books last year? And you could say, yes, I read Electric Power System Basics. And of course, you've been going through and getting the foundational stuff in what we might call traditional power system studies, where you're looking at generation of electricity and transmission of electricity and distribution of electricity and those components of it, what you traditionally think of when you think of power systems. I've been doing this class for a while now, and when I first came to Central Piedmont, that was pretty much still our focus, where you think about these very large generation plants like coal and nuclear and um, hydro and those plants were the basis of the power system. And at the time, it was power company dominated, and all these traditional roles that we think of when we think about electrical power. But that's still very important, and we're going to go into a lot of detail about all that part of this. But what we also want to explore is what's happening now. And man, oh man, you talking about an environment that is undergoing rapid change. If you look at what's going on with power, electrical power generation, transmission, distribution, it's a wild new frontier out there, and there's going to be lots of opportunities for you guys to participate in that. A lot of reasons for that, and some of those reasons, we'll talk about more as we go into detail of the specific areas that we look at. And so, what we need to do too, instead of just talking about what we've talked about in the past 40, 50 years, we need to look at what's going on now in terms of alternative energy, um, and things like microgrids and battery storage and all these new efficiencies that are coming into play, electric vehicles, all this stuff. And I mean, at one time I probably came into it a little bit skeptical, and I always thought that maybe it was more of a passing thing, but we can see now certain things that are going on that that is here to stay, and it's only going to grow, and we want to understand those parts of it too. Okay, so let me pause here for a second, and we'll go into our first exercise here. And from this point on, you'll hopefully start to find this a little more interesting. Um, and we're going to be looking at some really cool things, I think. Okay, so to complete this first thing, I want you to um, go on to Blackboard right now, and you should be looking at something that looks like this. So let's just keep these first three modules like they were with the information from the electric power system basics, where you were getting that content taken in, and go to module 4. Okay, and in module 4, you're going to see assessments. And in assessments, you should see something that says ELC 231 Fun Quiz. All right, and then what I'd like for you to do is to click on this, and we'll do that in a second. Print the document out and take the quiz. Now, do this, don't Google it, because you can find the answers to anything, right, out there. But I just want you to do it. This is for fun. We're not going to take a grade on it or anything, but I want you to go through it, and I hope it's sort of an eye-opener for you in terms of what you might have thought about traditional electrical energy, and you know, maybe there's some surprises out here for you. I mean, there certainly was for me when I went through this the first time and came up with this stuff. But, you know, here's the questions, you know, listed here. But go ahead and print this document out. And I just want you to go through it and, you know, go through the questions. And it looks like this, if this will come up. Oh, here it comes. I've learned a lot this semester, guys, about how to make things do different things. And I think next time it will be a lot easier to get some of these things put out here for you. Anyway, let me pause this. Oh, here we go. So here's the quiz. And I just want you to go through this and answer the questions. And then I'm going to end the first video here. We'll call this video 1 or part 1. And then in the second one, we're going to come back and we're going to look at the answers. And it may be surprising to you, some of the things that we find out.